The first time money fell from the sky in Umuaka village, it didn't rain softly. It slapped the ground. 1,000 Nigerian nairas notes fluttered down like wounded birds, landing on red earth, rooftops, and stunned faces. People screamed. Some prayed. Others ran mad with joy. And at the center of it all stood Chibuzo Okri, a man who had gone to bed hungry the night before. That was the day Umuaka changed forever. That was also the day Chibuzo unknowingly began counting down to his own destruction. 1. A man the world had forgotten. Before the magic pot, Chibuzo was invisible. He was the kind of man people stepped around, not over, because even pity requires effort. At 35, he lived in a one-room zinc house that leaked like a gossiping mouth. His tailoring shop sat by the roadside, its signboard faded and crooked. Chibuzo Fashion House, we saw all kinds. No one came. The village youth laughed at him. The women bargained him to death. The elders ignored him. Worst of all, Amara, the woman he loved, had stopped believing in him. Love doesn't cook soup, she told him one evening, tying her wrapper with finality. I'm tired of managing hope. That night, Chibuzo slept on an empty stomach, staring at the ceiling and asking God questions God refused to answer. 2. The stranger at the crossroads. It was the next morning, hot, dry, ordinary, that Chibuzo met the old woman. She appeared at the village crossroads just after sunrise, dressed in black from head to toe. Her back was bent, but her eyes were sharp, unsettlingly sharp. Taylor, she called. Chibuzo turned. Nobody ever called him that with respect. Yes, Mama. She looked him up and down slowly, as if reading his entire life without blinking. You are a good man in a bad world, she said. And bad words reward bad men. Chibuzo forced a weak smile. Mama, if you are selling something, I don't have money. She laughed. Not kindly. I am not here to sell. I am here to give. From beneath her wrapper, she brought out a small clay pot, old, cracked, and unremarkable. Take this, she said. But listen carefully. This pot gives money only when fed with gratitude. Greed poisons it. Pride kills it. Chibuzo frowned. Mama, is this a joke? Her eyes hardened. Do not ask for what you are not ready to carry. She dropped the pot at his feet and walked away. When Chibuzo blinked, she was gone. 3. The first miracle. Chibuzo stared at the pot for a long time. It was empty. Maybe hunger has finally broken my brain, he muttered. Out of frustration, he dropped a single coin inside, Nigerian naira 50, the last money in his pocket. The pot shook. Softly. Then louder. Then, KIK. 1,000 Nigerian nairas notes burst out of it like trapped spirits. Chibuzo screamed. He fell backward, crawling away, heart pounding like a talking drum. When the pot went still, the floor around it was littered with cash. He counted with shaking hands. 50,000 Nigerian nairas. Chibuzo laughed. Then he cried. Then he prayed. Then he laughed again. By nightfall, he was no longer poor. By morning, the village knew. 4. When the world comes running. Money has a smell. By the third day, everyone smelled it. People came pretending concern. Chibuzo, we heard you're okay now. Brother, remember me. Friendship is thicker than blood. The same men who mocked him now bowed slightly when they greeted him. Chibuzo paid debts. He fixed roads. He bought his mother a new wrapper. He helped widows. He sponsored children's school fees. And each time he fed the pot with gratitude, it gave generously. The elders called him blessed. The pastor called him favored. Amara came back. You've changed, she said softly. Chibuzo smiled. God has. But the pot sat quietly in his room, listening. 5. The warning he ignored. One night, Chibuzo dreamed of the old woman. She stood beside a river of fire. "You are feeding mouths," she said, "but you are also feeding your ego." Chibuzo woke up sweating. The next morning, he bought a new car. Then another. Then a mansion in the city. He stopped sewing. He stopped greeting. He stopped listening. When people thanked him, he smiled proudly. When they praised him, he believed them. And when he dropped 1,000 Nigerian nairas into the pot instead of Nigerian naira 50, the pot shook. But not happily. The first sign that something was wrong came quietly. Not with thunder. Not with blood. But with silence. The magic pot no longer sang when money came out. Before, it used to shake with a joyful rhythm, like a drum celebrating harvest. Now, it only trembled once, then spat out cash like it was vomiting something it hated. Chibuzo noticed. He ignored it. 6. Pride wears designer clothes. Wealth changed Chibuzo's walking. His shoulders sat higher. His greetings became lazy. His laughter grew louder than necessary. The same tailor who once begged for customers now hosted politicians in his living room. His mansion in the city had marble floors so shiny visitors were afraid to step wrongly. And in Umuoka village, people whispered. Money changes people. Too fast, too sudden. Who is his father? Jealousy is patient. It doesn't rush. It waits. 7. The friend who never left. If there was one man who stayed close to Chibuzo from the beginning, it was Ekachuku. Ekachuku was his childhood friend, sharp-tongued, street-smart, and always watching. "You're flying too high," Ike warned one evening, sipping wine in Chibuzo's mansion. Chibuzo laughed. "Is that jealousy talking?" Ekachuku smiled thinly. "No. It's survival talking." But Chibuzo had stopped hearing warnings. To him, caution sounded like hatred. So when Ikachuku asked the question that changed everything, Chibuzo answered wrongly. Where did the money really come from? Chibuzo hesitated. Then he smiled. Grace, he said. Ikachuku nodded, but his eyes didn't. 8. Amora's fear. Amora was the first to truly sense danger. She noticed the pot too. It had developed cracks. New ones. Deep ones. Maybe we should slow down, she suggested one night. We have enough. Let's give thanks and rest. Chibuzo scoffed. Rest. Do you know how long I suffered? Amora touched his arm. I know. That's why I'm afraid. He pulled away. Fear doesn't live long in a house full of pride. 9. The day greed spoke aloud. It happened during a village meeting. The elders gathered to discuss development, but their eyes stayed glued to Chibuzo. Son, the elders said carefully, we want you to lead a new community project. Chibuzo smiled slowly. How much influence comes with it? The room went quiet. Ikachuku looked down. Amora swallowed hard. For the first time, the village saw it clearly. The blessing had grown teeth. 10. The pot rejects its owner. That night, Chibuzo decided to test the pot. Not 50 Nigerian nairas. Not 1,000 Nigerian nairas. 100,000 Nigerian nairas. The pot shook violently. Then it screamed. Yes, screamed. A sharp cracking sound filled the room, like bones snapping. Money poured out wildly, scattering everywhere, knocking over furniture. Chibuzo laughed nervously. More. Give me more. The pot went silent. Then cold. No matter what he dropped inside after that, coins, notes, gold, it refused to respond. The magic had paused. Or worse, it had remembered. The next morning, trouble knocked without greeting. 11. Rumors grow legs. Word spread fast. Chibuzo's money has a source. It's not normal. I heard blood is involved. Church members avoided him. Children stopped greeting. The same elders who praised him now cleared their throats before speaking his name. And Ikochukwu. He washed. 12. The offer. Late one night, Ikochukwu came alone. I can fix this, he said quietly. Chibuzo looked at him, desperate. Fix what? The pot, I replied. I know people. Real people. Amora screamed. No. But desperation is louder than love. Within 3 days, they traveled out of town, far from roads people remembered. 13. The truth of the pot. In a forest where the air felt heavy, they met a man who didn't blink enough. The man laughed when he saw the pot. So it finally chose a greedy heart, he said. Chibuzo's mouth went dry. What is it? The man's smile faded. A test. A reward for humility. A curse for pride. Chibuzo fell to his knees. How do I fix it? The man looked at him. You don't. You survive it. 14. Betrayal has a familiar face. On the way back, the car stopped suddenly. Ikochukwu stepped out. With the pot. I'm sorry, he said calmly. But this kind of power shouldn't die with you. Amora screamed. Chibuzo chased. But greed runs faster than regret. The moment Ikochukwu touched the pot alone, it exploded. Not with money. With fire. By morning, Ikochukwu was gone. Nobody. No ashes. Just silence. 15. The final payment. Chibuzo lost everything. His businesses collapsed. Investigations came. Friends disappeared. Amora left, with tears, not anger. And one evening, at the same crossroads, the old woman returned. You were warned, she said softly. Chibuzo bowed his head. Take it all back. She shook her head. No. The lesson is the gift. The pot turned to dust. Final part, the moral. Years later, Chibuzo was back at his tailoring shop. Poor. Peaceful. Humble. When asked what happened to his wealth, he smiled sadly. Some blessings are only safe in small hands.